Hi everyone. Yeah, I thought I would just check in and talk about my reading this week. Maybe this is another vlog. I'm not sure what this is. I'm still figuring out what I want this channel to be. Yeah, I finished the hours. I'm actually gonna be cozy. I'm gonna be cozying in here pretty soon to watch the movie. I'm a big fan of like reading books and then watching the movies after, and then usually I'm like, wow, the book was way better. And yeah, and then I'm reading Unsettled Ground by Claire Fuller. I'm reading it because a lot of people told me it was good, and then also there's a blurb by Lauren Groff. Even though I didn't like The Matrix by Lauren Groff, I still stand a Lauren Groff recommendation. So I'm about a third of the way through. Pretty good so far. I haven't had the most focused reading week. Just been, you know, full moon in Cancer, so, you know, what can I do about that? Anyway, I also just found out, like 10 minutes ago maybe, that I got a permit to hike the John Muir Trail this summer. If you don't know what the John Muir Trail is, it is a 200+ mile trail through the Sierra Nevada mountains in California. And it's something I have wanted to do for a decade. And this year, about 6 months ago, I finally took myself seriously enough to think about doing it. So I applied for a permit this month and I got one. I wasn't thinking I would get one, and then I was hoping I could just say, oh, I can't do it because I didn't get a permit. And well, I got a permit. So I have been also reading this guidebook for the trail. Yeah, so this vlog might also turn into hiking content because I'm gonna have to start hiking a lot. I'm gonna have to get really strong. I've done a lot of hiking and backpacking in my life. It's something my family did growing up, and these mountains actually, since I grew up in California, mean a lot to me, and this has always been something I've wanted to do. So this might be 3 weeks of my summer. We'll see if I can get work off. That's another thing I haven't figured out. I don't even know if I can get work off, so this might not be happening at all. But anyway, just found that out, and I'm kind of on a high from that. It's a little wild. I think it'll be a good experience. I'm gonna do it by myself, so we'll see. Live in the Pacific Northwest, so hiking is really, or just outdoor access and mountains and that kind of terrain is pretty accessible to me, but yeah, we'll see. I promise I won't become one of those like outdoor hiker people, because we know how annoying they can be. I know I live in a city full of them, so anyway, that's what's going on here. I'm about to hunker down, watch the hours, eat a frozen pizza. I swear I don't just eat things from boxes, as you've seen me do on this channel, but I do eat a lot of things from boxes because I live alone, and it is hard to like get the motivation to cook myself a full meal. I probably do it like 2 to 3 times a week, and then the rest is just like boxed mac and cheese, takeout, that kind of stuff. So, you know, if I cook myself a meal, like a from scratch meal, at least 2 times a week, I'm proud of myself. So yeah. Anyway, that's all. I'll maybe check back in again when I have more progress on Unsettled Ground. Yeah. Okay. Bye. All right,
get my card out?
what did we just do?
We got our library card.
Wow, you guys sound so excited. Morning. I'm in the car again, going to work. Just want to check in and say I finished Unsettled Ground by Claire Fuller last night. And by finished, I finished because I didn't really like it. And I had about the 70 pages left mark. I realized I didn't really care about the characters and I didn't really care about the plot. And I didn't think the writing was that incredible. So I was sort of like, why am I reading this book? And then I sort of skimmed the end and was like, cool. It just wasn't for me, folks. It wasn't bad. I could see how people like it. I just had a hard time connecting with the characters, really feeling myself in the story. It also could have been the mood I was in the last week while I read it, but I don't know, that was like a 2.5 out of 5 for me. Yeah, it was okay. I would watch it as like a BBC miniseries, but I didn't really care for it as a book. So, I don't know. Yeah, and then I started reading The History of My Brief Body by Billy Ray Belcourt. I just started, so hopefully that is his name. Just read like the first little bit and it's gonna be good. I can tell it's gonna be good. Poet writers, incredible. Already some beautiful prose happening. So into it. Yeah. And now I'm going to work. Isn't that fun? Isn't that super fun that we like go to work? What a great time. Yeah. So I'm gonna keep drinking my coffee. Oh yeah, audiobook updates. I started listening to Wolf Hall by Hilary Mantel. I have the book. I've been wanting to read the series forever. And I finally decided, all right, it's available as an audiobook at the library. Let's check it out. Let's get started. A lot of the audio narrator accents are annoying. So we'll see how long it can last. And I think I want to like read a little bit of it in print and switch between the audio and print. So we'll see how it goes, see how much I am invested in. This is the series that is about, this is how much I've barely started it. Is it Walter Cromwell? Thomas Cromwell? The Cromwell dude from England. The Cromwell dude. Yeah, I know my history. Who was involved with Henry VIII, who, you know, Anne Boleyn wanted to divorce Queen Catherine, all that stuff. It's like a historical retelling of that. And there's 3 books in the series, and it's supposed to be really amazing. It won a bunch of awards, and I like historical fiction. Sue me, okay? I like it, but I'm picky about it. So we'll see if this lasts. Okay, I think my car is warm now. I have to go to work and drive an hour to get there. Super fun. But I will have Wolf Hall to keep me company. Okay. Cheers. Bye. Good evening. Happy Saturday evening. Thought you guys maybe would want a reading update. Wow. I am reading The Vanishing Twins. Sorry, this lighting is terrible. The Vanishing Twins by Leah Dietrich. And I'm almost done. Ish. About 3/4 of the way through. Yeah, I like it. It is a memoir about a woman, kind of dealing with her sexuality, and her marriage and trying to understand selfhood when we are in deep relationships with one another. And she kind of explains marriage as being a twin with someone, which I think is a kind of unique perspective. Yeah, so far so good. It's not like completely blowing me away, but it's definitely a good read. And then I've also been reading History of My Brief Body by Billy Ray Belcourt. I'm about halfway through. It's not super long, but it's pretty, the way it's written is something that you kind of have to slowly chew on and read through. It's very theory heavy, kind of reminds me of Maggie Nelson's style of writing. But I really like it. And he mentions Sheila Heti's motherhood multiple times in it, which is pretty cool, and Maggie Nelson and some other theorists. So yeah, I really am liking this. It's almost, like, at first when I started it, I didn't know how I felt about it. It felt almost like so theory and so poetry prose that I was like, I don't know if I can. I'm definitely like not getting all of it, and that's okay. I guess you probably want to know what this book is about. Billy Ray Belcourt is a First Nations Canadian, and it's sort of his memoir, but just his story about his identity and also being queer and growing up in Alberta, in Canada, that has a lot of like hyper masculine culture, and what it means to be Indigenous, with all those crisscrossing identities. So, yeah, that's kind of what I'm reading. Been kind of in a reading slump. Ever since I read Unsettled Ground, I really didn't like it, and it just sort of put me in a mood. And I've been not getting as much enjoyment out of reading. Also, Wolf Hall, I don't like listening to it on audio, so I think I'm going to give up on that and maybe try reading it, but I don't know if I want to read it right now. So I just feel like I've been picking things up and they haven't been working for me, and that always gets me kind of like grumpy. I've been a grumpy reader this last week, so anyway, that's what I'm working on. I'll probably finish. I'm hoping I'll finish both these in the next couple days because they're pretty short, and with Vanishing Twins, I could probably finish it. It's written in like kind of fragments like this, so it's pretty easy to get through, but yeah, that's what I'm doing on a Saturday night. Really cool. Okay, well, I'll check back in maybe one more time to let you guys know how I felt about these two books, and yeah, talk to you later. Little free library. Let's see what's inside. Anything good? Oh, I've heard. Interesting. I've heard these are good. These are like fantasy. Fun. I have been wanting a copy of The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton because I want to read it. Oh my god. Like, kind of gross, but it looks like I'll take it. I'll read it. Score. I just went running, so I'm super gross and sweaty. Yeah, but a book on my TBR I was gonna buy that I just got for free. So cool. Hi. I'm just in my kitchen again, my classic spot for filming, it seems like. I'm making some lunch, and I thought I would just wrap up the vlog here and let y'all know that I finished Vanishing Twins and A History of My Brief Body, and I thoroughly enjoyed them both. Vanishing Twins did not like blow me away, but it definitely was an interesting read. It was curious to read about a couple's dabbling in non-monogamy, a woman exploring her pansexuality. It was still a good read. Yeah, and A History of My Brief Body was gorgeous. Very much poetry prose-esque mixed with theory. Really, I mentioned before, reminded me of Maggie Nelson. And I'm really excited to read more of Billy Ray Belcourt and possibly pick up some of his books of poetry. Yeah, so that is kind of what I read. So we started out the vlog with a dud of Unsettled Ground, and then I feel like I'm kind of getting back in my reading groove. I'm also pretty much done with As Long as the Grass Grows, a book that I have been reading for work that I'm leading a book group on with students, and I've really enjoyed this book. It's really accessible. It's only like 160 pages, and it's very much a great way to learn a lot about Indigenous history and the Indigenous environmental justice movement. I thought it was really well written and really well done, and I got to go to a talk with the author, so that was cool job perks. But anyway, I actually have no idea what I'm going to read next. I'm feeling a little unsure. I have Sorrow and Bliss on hold at the library, and I think I might kind of need to read a book like that right now. It sounds kind of nice, even though I know it's not the lightest subject topic, but I have heard that it reads rom-com adjacent, possibly little Sally Rooney-esque, so I don't know, we'll see. That's what I might read next. But if you'll see in these vlogs, I might say I'm gonna read something next, and then you'll see in the next vlog that is not what I'm reading next, so I can't make any promises. Okay, I'm gonna end this here. I'm gonna make myself a smoothie, and I hope you all are having a lovely day. As you can see here, sort of the sun has come out. My dog is happy about it. There she is, in the sunlight. What do you think, Rosie? She's into this sunshine we have streaming through here today. We're gonna have to go out for a walk in it, aren't we? Okay. See you later.